Alright, we're going to show you how to play the E flat major scale in the extended position. So before we get started, grab your music sheet, tune up your ukulele, pause the tutorial, tune up your ukulele, grab the music sheet, and we'll get started in about a second. Okay, so you got your music sheet, hopefully you got notes on them. By all means, if you need to take notes on the paper, by all means do so. At this stage, you should be comfortable with the notes, where they're located in the scale. You may not be able to play fast, but you're comfortable with playing it at a slow speed. You know where the notes are. Okay, this tutorial is going to teach you how to play some things and fancy melodic lead lines and tricks for the E flat major scale. Okay, so leading up to this, in the previous tutorials, I'm going to be using a lot of the same techniques. For instance, vibrato, up and down, side to side. Really strong resource. Adds a lot of emotion. Up and down, side to side, and you should be able to do it with various fingers. By the way, I'm on an F note on the 5th fret 3rd string. So, you know, it's great if you can do it with all 4 fingers. That way you got a lot of resources in your bag of tricks, so to speak. And then slides. And then put a vibrato on that slide. So when you're hitting the note, when I'm plucking the note, I'm sliding into the vibrato. Okay? I'm plucking the note, sliding. Okay? Hammer-ons. Plucking and hammering on. Sounds great with a vibrato too. Okay, hammering on. Same thing, I'm going from E flat to an F. That's all I'm doing. Okay, for this example, everything's on the E flat to F, so you can get your bearings. Vibrato on the F, slide from E flat to an F, hammer on from E flat to an F, go vibrato. Pull off from F to E flat, so you're plucking and pulling off, and then vibrato if you want. Okay. You can also do that on the other strings as well. For instance, hammering on from a G to an A flat, hammer on, pluck then hammer on, pluck then hammer on. A pull off, you're going to go from a A flat to a G. A flat to a G, pluck, then pull off. Okay, that's a pull off. Okay, you can hammer on going up the scale. Okay, you can pull off going down the scale. Okay, once again, same technique. Hammering on, pull off, same technique. For hammer on, you pluck first and come down. Pull off, you pluck first. In other words, from an A flat to a G, pluck first and pull off. Okay. Another one that I don't talk about too much is a trill. A trill. So you pluck once and the finger does the rest. Okay, and you can go with the fretboard that way. Now, some other lines that melodic lead lines that you can play. It's just going in between the scale. So in other words, the scale is, I'm just playing like this, half of it. But I'm going to mix up the notes a little bit. So you can see just by mixing up the notes a little, it's an interesting melodic line. And then use the techniques that I just shown you, like hammer on, slide, vibrato, pull offs. bending, and usually what sounds good, locate the D and the E flat. D and D flat, that's on the 10th and 11th. So when you, that's a good place to bend, is when you have a half, when you have a note next to another, like a D and E flat. You see that over there? Okay, so you're on the 10th fret to the 11th fret. Okay, so all the notes I played was just varying between the scale. That means I didn't play any other notes than what's listed here for the E flat major scale. I showed you some techniques that you can use, and by all means, you know, get creative and when you're playing the scale. Okay. All right. When you're ready to move on, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to play the grid, how to practice it and the notes. But before you do that, get comfortable with some of the techniques that you learned and apply it. In fact, it'd be a good idea to make up some of your own stuff too. Being creative, exploring, it's really a lot of fun. And when you can make up stuff that you like and can keep and use, it's a lot of fun because you created it. Okay, so give that a try, listen to it again, pick up the techniques that I taught you, incorporate the techniques in your playing, and when you're ready to move on to the next lesson, we shall see you then.